What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. It's been a little while. Your boy's been out and about the last week. UFC STL. Man, that was a fun card. Wow. Fun to be in attendance. Energy was wild in there. Fights were awesome. And that's probably the first thing we're going to talk about today before we get into the strike stuff. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. We're still missing Corn Dog. Not sure where he's at. He was just chatting in Discord, so I don't know where Corn Dog's at. But thanks, everybody, for popping in. Show shouldn't be too long today. We got poker starting right after the show, so make sure you're registered. Because we'll probably start maybe like 10, 15 minutes after the show. Make sure everybody's ready to go. First giveaway, we're going to do Apex in the chat. I'm giving away a couple rares today. While I have you guys here, I'm rocking my Bully B shirt. You know, we got that title shot. We'll talk about some of those upcoming fights afterward. Right there, that Bully B shirt. You know what I'm saying? Got to represent. Because we're taking that title, baby, going into enemy territory. Apex in the chat. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Like the video. Sub if you haven't. Buckley's going to take that belt off Bilal like it's lunch munching. Dude, why is the guy... Buckley called out the wrong dude, bro. I don't know why he called out Conor. I kind of get it, but I don't get it. Like, you should have went for some people's throats, you know? Especially people that didn't want to fight him, like, I would have loved to see him call out Ian Gary. Would have been nice because Gary was talking all that shit before, like, oh, I'm not going to fight back in the rankings, talk to Buckley, you know? And then Buckley's got the juice now. I would have liked him to be like, hey, bro, you didn't want to fight me before? Let's do it now. Let's do it now, you know? But, yeah, it's old, dude. That's from like 6 months ago. It's very old, but she just reposted it because he got the shot. But yeah, she busted him on his live a couple months ago. I remember seeing it a while back, for sure. But she got him. She got him good. She got him good. But wasn't it 1 hour before the prelims? So got quite a while. Yeah, I mean, it was, but I moved the show up a half an hour early, so we might start the poker a little early. That way the guys who are like on the final table aren't missing too many fights or a couple fights, you know. So we're keeping it fluid. We're keeping the communication flowing between me and the poker gods that are running it every day. God bless them. Or every week. God bless them. So, yeah. Let's start it off, man. Bang! Bang! How about it, dude? How about it? First picture of the fucking trip after taking a picture of the weigh-in stages and shit. First picture I get with somebody, friggin' Dana White. Insane, bro. So if you guys, I don't know. Most of you guys have been to some fights or have been with Strike to the weigh-ins. So we get these VIP seats to the weigh-ins. Essentially, you're on the floor, and typically there's a lot of fighters that are either like, you know, part of people's teams that are fighting, you know. So there's typically like when we were in Nashville, there was like 4 or 5 fighters down there. I got pictured with Bilal, Marab, Calvin Cater, a couple other guys, but usually they're hanging out and chilling, you know, after the weigh-ins, taking pictures with fans and stuff. So St. Louis, when we were down there, there was only one fighter in the crowd, like sitting on the floor seats with the rest of us, and it was Lauren Murphy. And poor girl, bro, she looked like she just had like ACL surgery on her leg, so her leg was in a complete like cast with a big ass like brace on it, like all the way up to her thigh. Like her whole leg was in a brace. You feel me? She had crutches and stuff, so nobody really wanted to, you know, go press her or ask her for pictures and stuff because she had to be getting up out of her seat. You know, it was a bad situation, but she was the only fighter that was down there, right? So the weigh-ins end, we're all looking around, and I think Dana realized that shit, like there's no fighters down here, you know? So he ended up staying and taking pictures with people, and but he got mobbed, bro. The crowd was insane. I got lucky that I got through and was able to get the picture. I did ask him. I was like, when's Bilal getting the shot? And this was last week, guys. And he said soon. He said soon. And the man was not lying, bro. The man was not lying. So yeah, it was sick, dude. It was insane. And he stuck around for like a good 15, 20 minutes after the weigh-ins, taking pictures with fans. Like Nursultan had like 50 people in the crowd, bro. Like at the weigh-ins, like he had like 2 whole rows of people cheering for him and shit. And those guys mobbed Dana, bro. Those guys are mobbing Dana, trying to get pictures and shit. So it was tough to try and get in there in that like 15, 20 minute span. But shit, it was wild. It was wild. But yeah. Dana, very, very cool, very down to earth, very nice guy. He went out of his way. There was a couple fans, like not like way in the back, but like they were behind the barricade because he was behind the barricade. You could see a little bit here. There's a little barricade blocking me and him. So he was behind the barricade, like by the stage, and he was walking around. And then he saw a few fans that were back there, like on a wheelchair. And, you know, they wanted to see him, but obviously they couldn't get through the mad mob because they were, you know, in wheelchairs or in crutches or whatever the situation. So he made sure before he left, he came around the barricade straight to the wheelchair guy, shook up with him, gave him a picture. Top-notch dude right there, Dana White, man of the people, for sure, for sure. Super cool experience. So then after that, we found online that a lot of the St. Louis guys were having a meet and greet. So at this spot not too far from the arena. So we right after the weigh-ins, we shot right there. So I met Mr. New Mansa. New Mansa got that big dub, super nice guy. He was definitely the popular guy out of the bunch, right? Like everybody was mobbing him, like trying to get pictures with him. Crowds were just like following him around, you know. So you had to kind of squeeze in there, squeeze out of there if you wanted to see him. But he was definitely like the mayor for sure when he was walking around. He was a man of the people. What we got here? Leon and Still. Nah, bro. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. But you're a cool dude, but we'll see. We'll make a bet. We'll make a bet when the fight comes around. I know you got to represent your home crowd and stuff, but New Mansa was representing his home crowd. My man came through. I'll be honest. When I seen him at this weigh-in, when he was walking around and stuff, could be just because he was like, he cut all the weight this morning and stuff, but he was walking around a little gingerly. But maybe it's just how he gets back into it after the weigh-ins, because he looked pretty good and real sharp on fight night. So shout out to New Mansa. Then we got Woodson. Very, very nice guy, bro. This guy, Like not your typical fighter. Like when you go up to meet him, first thing he asks you, like, what's your name? Where are you from? I told him this is the second time I'm seeing him fight because I saw him in Nashville too. So I was really looking forward to his performance. So he had a tough fight, bro. He had a tough fight, but he got the dub. Uh, Super nice guy, very humble dude. Everybody was really nice, bro. Everybody was really nice for the most part. T-Rex. This guy was a little. So T-Rex came out a little. He came like he was the last one to show up to the meetup. You know what I'm saying? So he was like the last one to show up to the meetup. Very, very Hollywood. You know, he was real Hollywood. Uh, but I tried to get him. I had like you see, I got his cards, bro. I brought 2 of his rookie cards with me. Base. They're just base cards, nothing crazy. But you can see right there, I'm holding the 2 cards. And I was like, yo, bro, I really need you to sign these for me, bro. I was like, we're UFC. I didn't say UFC Strike first. So I was like, bro, we're huge fans. We've been following you forever. You know, obviously, T-Rex, Series 0 contender. We've all been, you know, he's got a special place in the heart of Strike folks, right? So I'm telling him this, and he's like, nah, bro, I can't sign it. I was like, what? I was like, what? He's like, nah, bro, as soon as I sign it, the value goes up on it, blah. He's giving me all this stuff. I was like, bro. I was like, we are. And then I flipped my head around. That's why you see my hat flipped around in this picture because I had to flip it around to show him. I was like, yo, I'm from where I was like, you know, UFC Strike, bro, we're your biggest fans, dog. He's like, all right, I'll sign 1 for you. So he signed that 1 for me. I posted it in Discord. But yeah, he was a little Hollywood. He was a little Hollywood. But overall, everybody was cool. So those were those first 4 that I met up there, and then Charles Woodson came through. He was the first one up there. Very, very, very cool dude. Dude is representing his city. He's the one who was making these shirts, these STL shirts. I was thinking about buying one, but I ended up not buying one because I already bought this one at the stadium for 40 bones. But yeah, Energy was the man. Energy was the man. But man, I'm looking at these guys, bro, and I like weigh 170, 175 myself, bro. And you see me standing up next to these guys, and I'm like, how the fuck are you guys making 145, dude? Like, come on, bro. It's insane. It's insane. But God bless him, dude. God bless him. But like, yeah, bro, like this guy's fighting at 145 and I'm standing next to him. I weigh like about $170, $175 here. So pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. And then I got Big Waldo came through. He actually wasn't even part of the meetup. He wasn't even part of the meetup, dude. He came at like towards the end, like around 7:30 with his wife and his kids and stuff to come get a bite to eat or something. Like he brought his kids to get some food. And like we see him walking in, we're like, damn, bro, let me get a picture. I think this is his kid laughing here because they were like, oh, my pops got slammed by fans because we all, like a few of us sort of recognized them right away. And yeah, Trey, the parlay killer, man. Fraud checked the shit out of Despain, huh? But yeah, he killed a lot of people's parlays. Very nice guy. I mean, like I said, he was with his family, wife and kids. He took his time out of took the time out, say what's up to the fans, take some pictures and stuff. A1 dude. Is happy he got the dub, you know? And then let me get out of here. And then I didn't get no pictures with the Black Beast. No, he wasn't at the meetup. Black Beast was not at the meetup. We didn't really see it. Like we were out and about a little bit, you know. Sometimes you could see people walking around after the fights and stuff. But yeah, he wasn't. He's probably all about his business, you know. I'm keeping the audio muted just so I don't get like copyrighted or anything from YouTube because shit's wild out here these days. But yeah, seats were awesome from Strike. You can see right here we were lower bowl, like 4th row up. Derrick Lewis got the finish right there. Right here, and that one was quick, like literally right before it happened. I went to the fight with my cousin. I was like, yo, I'm pretty sure this fight's gonna end quick, bro. Let me get my phone out. And while I'm getting my phone and opening the camera, bro, he already got clipped once. And then he's getting back up, and I got the rest of it. But yeah, Allberg, yeah, that was pretty disgusting. We'll see what's next for that guy. Huh? Kinney, bad knockout, man, bad knockout. Ribovich looked really good in there. Nasty, 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 nasty. But yeah, the fights. Here's Mr. Hollywood, Trey. Well, yeah, he got slept, man. It was sad to see. In that video, you hear my voice like, oh my god, like I couldn't believe it. Like, but yeah, overall, man, energy was insane. Crowd, like the UFC did it right. The UFC definitely did it right with how they had the STL guys laid out on the card. One guy like second fight of the night, another guy towards the middle of the fight, and then Buckley the co-main. So the place was rocking, bro. As soon as as soon as Energy fought the second fight of the night, place was getting piled in. Like all, STL's finest showed up, and boy, it was getting loud as hell in there, man. And the fight night broke the record too for like the biggest gate, which is pretty wild. I know St. Louis hasn't had a fight there in a long time, but man, I'll tell you, the energy in that building, shit. I'd have to say it was probably like almost as loud, if not louder than UFC 277, the pay-per-view that I went to in Texas, in Dallas. Shit, man, when that Buckley fight, I posted in Discord, I posted the video of the fourth of the third round, like the last 4 minutes of the third round, and the shit's like a movie. The crowd starts chanting Buckley, Buckley, and then he gets a burst of energy, flips position, does something, and turns the tide of the fight on his side. It was insane. It was insane. It was a remarkable, bro. It was an amazing event to go to. I'm so glad I went. On the strike side, though, you see, I didn't throw any pictures of the meetup because the meetup was a little rough, bro. Nobody showed up. Nobody showed up to the meetup. Wander Nook, I'm looking at you. Wander Nook did not show up. Well, yeah, nobody showed up to the meetup except me and PMCK with our +1s. We were the only ones at the meetup, which was kind of bullshit. Nobody else showed up. Was looking forward to meeting a few people. A couple people that were like from Chicago did reach out to me. And they were like, yo, I'm on the way up there. We didn't come in last night. We were not going to make the meetup. So shout out to y'all who hit me up and said, hey, I'm in traffic or whatever the case may be. Thanks met me up though. He made sure we got out of our seats. Like I forgot which fight we got out of our seats. We met up in the concessions, said, what's up? So I got to put a name with the face there. Fellow Chicagoan that I've been chatting with for years now. Haven't seen him before. So so that was dope. But yeah, the meetup was kind of rough, bro. It was kind of rough. So other than that, the trip was awesome. I didn't have any traffic on the way in, on the way out. Smooth sailing with the drive, 4 hours, clean. It's good times, good trip. It's A+ for sure. And the card made it even that much better. Card was icing on the cake. So STL definitely would probably go back for another fight if they have one there. Most definitely. So on to the next thing. That was STL. Let's talk a little UFC Strike, guys. So we got a few moments delivered to us. A few moments got that we were waiting on from like the UFC 300 challenge and a couple other challenges. We finally got them delivered. So Armin, the Epic of Armin, was initially minted to 219. It's sitting at 30 something bucks. Not too bad. Obviously, the floor is pretty short here. Don't know how many people have dupes now with Evaluate Market being out of commission, but it's pretty. It's like double of a floor, so it's pretty high for the regular epic. Let's take a look at some of the other epics while we got him here. Epics by lowest low. 13. We're down to 13 on Oliveira. And Cannonier 29, Armin 31, Justin Gaethje 44, and then those two we covered last week, the big guys, Dustin at 117 and Mirab Devalishvili at 130 mint. So Armin, not too bad. He's sitting like right here. I think Gaethje's a little bit still like in unopened packs or whatever, but he's definitely a 300 mint. I mean, we could probably see these Gaethjes coming out maybe Q2 rewards, end of June, set rewards and so on and so forth. They might stuff some of those with some Gaethjes. So I don't foresee him staying this high much longer. Especially he got like a third of his distribution still in packs. So we'll see. We'll see what's up with that Gaethje as time goes on. But Armin, pretty solid moment. And I think, he's a good contender. He's right there in the division to maybe fight for the belt pretty soon. So if this gets used in the challenge, could be some interesting price action depending on how they utilize it. So that was off of the UFC 300 multi-challenge event. That was the Armin. And then the second one was our Zhang Weili champion, sitting at 849. Not too many people selling these. Obviously, we have only 49 completers that completed it and only 2 purchases. But the first one was 350, second one was 385. So safe to say maybe like around 400-ish it probably gets bought. But sitting at 849 tells you people aren't really listing these for sale. A lot of people like her. I think she's probably one of the best stylistically funnest female fighters to watch that has come around in the UFC, especially at her weight class, the lighter weight classes. So yeah, probably, and she fights, pretty often. So I think her champ could probably get used sometime in the future because she'll probably definitely fight again before the year's end. That's just my guess. But yeah, she is holding up pretty nicely at 849 comparatively to some of the other champions here. Let's take a look at all the champs first. So Miss Zhang is top 5. She is top 5. She is top 5, pretty close to George St. Pierre. So she's sitting top 5 on the S2. That means she's top number 1 dog in the S2 by double Sean O'Malley. So that doesn't look like Sean O'Malley. There he is. All right, so yeah, not too bad for Zhang Weili, huh? Cookie Monster. You want to see Cookie Monster? Let's pull up Carla. $450. So somebody bought their single digit for 500, but yeah, she's at 450. Not too bad. She got burned though, so aren't expecting those to come back to the marketplace. Wonder if Sean will drop once Merab mops him. Yeah, it could happen, bro. Just like Jamal Hill kind of dropped pretty, like he was like closer to 300. So he dropped about $100. Maybe same could be for Sugar Sean, but we'll see. We'll see. But that was the Zhang champ. Next reward we got was Alex Perez. Sitting at $4, $1 higher than the standard rare floor. Not too many listed there for $4. And he's fighting again soon, so they might use this. He's fighting, I believe. Is he fighting soon? I think he is fighting again. He got a fight lined up, or I don't know. So he just fought, and I'm not sure if he's got another fight on the books. I think I saw something, but I may be wrong. But Perez, decent, and he seems to be he's active. Got 2 fights under his belt within a year. He's a headliner on a fight night. Yeah. That's what I thought, because I'm pretty sure they booked him pretty soon, right after he won not too long ago. So, because he was a headliner versus Nicolau and knocked him out. But yeah. So that's Alex Perez, not too bad. Strike has 67 of them. So we'll see. We'll see what they do with him when he fights in a month or two. We'll see. Next outstanding thing we're missing, though, this challenge I didn't touch on, and because I was, celebrating Derrick Lewis's win. I saw him throw the cup over the at the media table, took his shorts off. Fanned off Rodrigo a little bit after he knocked him out, But Strike had this Derrick Lewis hybrid challenge last week. It was for his knockout of Volkov, that last second crazy knockout, which was pretty good. I would say the Volkov knockout and his flying knee knockout are probably like 2 of his best ones. The flying knee would have been maybe a little bit better for recency bias, but this Volkov one was like, if you watch that whole fight, you're like, fuck, man, Derrick's about to lose. And out of nowhere, the guy cracks him, sends him down, bro, like a crumbling skyscraper, Wild. But this was a tough challenge, most definitely. So it required you to hold these moments. So you needed to hold Buckley, you needed to hold Ferreira, you needed to hold Nelson, and you needed to hold Pavlovich. And you hold those 4, along with you had to burn these 9 moments. And these were tough. DC was the bottleneck. He shot up to like $35-40. But it was a tough one to do. It was multi-complete, so we did see some folks complete multiple times on this. I am still missing a Blades fandom. If anybody has one, fucking trade me, please. I got a little Dapper too. We could do a trade with some Dapper. Let me know. But I ain't trying to pay that $15, $17, $18 for that shit. I got like 900 moments. I'm sure we could find something out. But DC was the bottleneck here, and then after burning all that shit, you had to also burn 5 more Derrick Lewis commons from S0. Those shot up to like $5-6. So it was a tough challenge, bro. It was a tough challenge. There was a couple champ passes, but they did not auto-complete the entire challenge for you. If you had a Stipe, you didn't have to do this collection portion. But if you had the Cyril Gane, that was the one to have, because you didn't have to burn all these some of these more valuable moments that were required to burn. Regardless, everybody had to burn the 5 commons, though. So no matter if you had either champ, you had to burn those 5 Derrick Lewis commons. And it ended up at 124, 124 minutes, so slightly larger than Dustin Poirier. And I would say thanks to the multi-complete, this could have probably I'm glad we went over the 100 for sure. So that way, we don't have to worry about these getting distributed a little bit later. RRX, thank God it was higher than Dustin. Yeah, because my guy's holding number 1, right? But yeah, it was real close to Dustin, only 7 away. So we could see this maybe being slightly lower on the dollar amount than my guy Dustin Poirier knocking out Conor. But it'll be interesting. They did knock out all those rewards pretty quick last week. They did catch up. So we went a whole week this week without getting the Derrick Lewis reward. So I'm hoping that we get it next week. Should be a good one. And those guys that multi-completed them, try not to kill the MP too much or list them too much. Please. Thank you. But on to the next. This week's challenge, we got, so it's kind of a piggyback off of UFC 301 with Caio Borralho hybrid challenge. So we're getting a rare of Caio. It was his victory knockout over Paul Craig at UFC 301. So this is a multi-complete, and you could complete it several different ways. It was not like the challenge prior. So the Derrick Lewis challenge said step 1, step 2, step 3. This is path 1, path 2, path 3, and all paths lead to the same result, which is one rare. So you could either collect these moments: Jose Aldo fandom, Paul Craig fandom, Close, Anthony Smith, Pereira, and Brito. So those 6, you collect those 6, and you get a rare Caio. And then you can also burn. So if you burn these 5 moments: Elvis Brenner uncommon, Caio common, Lucindo common, Oralby common, and Ursek common, you get another completion as well. And then also, if you owned either one of these champions, you auto-completed the challenge. So Jose Aldo and Alexandre Pantoja. So Aldo's out there are 89, and Pantoja's out there are 49. So you're looking at about 130-ish completions right off the bat with the champs. So I'm thinking it'll probably finish kind of close to where Perez was, something similar to that. Caio's a good prospect. It was a pretty, a lot of people were high. Like the Paul Craig fight for him was it was a big jump in competition just because of how high level competition that Paul Craig has faced and has had some success against. So him to go out there and do that to Paul Craig was real nice. So he's definitely a problem in the division, and I'm thinking people will probably hold on to this one, especially the people that are getting dupes like myself. Hopefully, this thing hits a challenge and we'll do some nice work with it. That's Caio, and I got Crip's burn tool here. God bless Crip. The man. We gotta get some kind of donation pool of moments or something. If he wants moments, but I don't even know if he wants moments, but we gotta get some kind of pool going because he's working on making an evaluate market replacement for us, kind of. Yeah, so like he's working on another tool. Once evaluate went down, he's got this burn tool that we've been using for a while. Let me quickly click update here. So we're at 69 burn completions plus the 140-ish, 30-ish from the champs. So we're probably at about 200 completions on those 2 alone without the collection portion. So yeah, we definitely, we'll talk about it in Discord, but I know he's definitely working on a new tool, and God bless him, bro. God bless him. God bless him. So that's where we're at on this challenge. Not too bad. We'll see what it ends up with, but Caio's good name, good prospect, coming off a great win, and we get that moment. So right off of, pretty recent moment, off of recent memory. So we'll take it. Good finish. Couple things I do want to touch on with Strike specifically. Two things. When's the next office hours? Because we haven't heard shit from anybody for a while. And what's up with them doing that residual burn that they promised that they would do a long, long time ago? I would like to know, or at least get some questions answered, or at least have this on record of me wanting some additional answers, right? But yeah, it's been pretty quiet. It's been pretty quiet. So obviously the challenges, we're getting some pretty decent challenges and stuff, but like I know they said no pack drop, stuff like that, but like, yeah, I would think they should be dropping a pack sometime soon, right? You would think. But that's why I think in office hours, I mean, you can't be going this long, having this many like long gaps in communication, because then people start thinking about what the fuck is going on. So we'll see. We'll see. Shout out Crip for the tool. Hopefully they burn that shit though, because they promised they were going to burn that shit a long time ago. I don't know what the problem is, whether the stuff's still packed or not. I mean, even if it's still packed, who gives a shit? Like, make a new wallet. You guys are in charge of the platform, so just make a new wallet. Send all the packs to that wallet. Open all the packs. Pull the champs out and burn all the fucking commons, So we'll see. We'll see what happens, bro. And yeah, we need some improvements. Most definitely. Most definitely. We're hearing more things about the strike team working on other projects than working on our own project. You feel me? Don't want to say any names. Could say some names, but I don't want to say any names. But we all are in different projects across the ecosystem. So yeah, I mean, I would like fucking testing to be done on our website and upgrades to be done on our website and shit. So let's see it happen, baby. Let's go. Let's go. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully we get some sort of communication soon from them. But with that said, Apex in the chat, first rare, who's getting it? Yeah, Apex in the chat. Can't get over the fact that the purchase failed issue hasn't been fixed after like half a year, bro. There's so much things, bro. So many fucking problems. And how slow it is. Like, you seen when I was just running through the marketplace right now, how long it takes shit to load. It's brutal. It's brutal. You can't even sort your collection by tier. If I want to see all the rares in my account, I can't even do it. It's crazy shit, bro. It's like, it's nuts. And then you look at other platforms, either that are just starting or that have been around, that are on the same blockchain, that have the functionality. And it's weird. It's weird, bro. It's weird. So we would like to see something happen, bro. So last call, Apex in the chat. Let's see those Apexes in the chat. There you go, Kai. There you go. Our servers are running off Starbucks guest Wi-Fi or some shit. Hell yeah. Waffle House Wi-Fi, baby. Not even Starbucks. Don't give them that much credit. Waffle House. Trey knows all about the Waffle House, right, Trey? Right, Trey? Speaking of Waffle House, anybody play Tekken 6 or the new Tekken or whatever it is? I heard they're putting Waffle House in there as a playable stadium or like stage. All right. Here goes Apex in the chat. Good luck, everybody. Who's going to get the first rare? And it's going to Real. Hits the banger. The guy who always says rigged. Finally got one. Congratulations. Hey, let's go. Let's go. All right, we'll get the next one going here. We'll do the good old TFSP in the chat for the next rare, another rare. Give at the end of the show. Nah, bro, I wasn't shitting on Woho, bro. It's like the best fight night stadium you could have. Woho's goated on the internet. What are you talking about? Goated. Total rig job. I love it. I love it. I love it. No, I just know I'm not hating on Woho. I just know Trey frequently visits Woho. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not hating. No hate. No hate, player. Oh, man. All right. TFSP's in the chat. I'm just going to go through the main card today. Some of these fights, the odds are pretty nuts. Some fun prelim fights. Little Monster, man, she's a huge underdog. She got some heart in her, but she's fighting a tough fight against somebody with some good hands. So it's going to be a tough one. This should be a really fun fight. Tang Haley versus Clayton Rodriguez. I'm looking forward to that fight. Abus. I don't know about Abus. This guy I think he's making his UFC debut at heavyweight. And then this guy took the fight on short notice. So this guy's, 83-inch, 6'4", another one of those absolute monsters. See how he does. Umar Sai. But main card. First fight. Luana Pinheiro versus Angie Overtime Hill. I think, man, Luana's, pretty decent. Obviously, you look here, 39 versus 31 years old. You kind of want to lean on the younger fighter. But, man, Angie has been looking pretty damn good, bro. For her, she's like 3-1 in her last 4 against top competition, bro. Denise Gomez, Mackenzie Dern, she lost that decision. I don't know about that, but she beat Ducati. She beat Lupi. So, I mean, those are all solid wins. And her losses are coming against, top-level grapplers. And Luana is not a top-level grappler, in my opinion. I think unless she catches Angie and like something really early, like as the fight goes on, like I like Angie to win this fight, bro. I like Angie to win this fight. She lost by KO to Hebas. And then she won. Yeah, I'm rolling with Angie, bro. I like Angie to get it done. Maybe like third round. Especially the longer it goes. I like Angie's got that dog in her, bro. She got that dog in her, bro. So I like Angie maybe to even like push the pace on her, gas her out early and finish her maybe second, third round or something. I could see that happening too. But I think Angie gets it done. Next up, Adrian Yanez versus Vinicius Salvador. Pretty interesting fight. Yanez coming off of his loss to what's his name? The guy who just lost to Aldo, Jonathan Martinez. He kicked the shit out of Yanez's leg, and Adrian couldn't continue. And then he also lost to Rob Font in the first round, which was really bad. So he's had success in the UFC for sure. But his losses have come against southpaws, and he is fighting another southpaw today. So I am a little worried about that because he has a hard time. What I noticed when he's fighting the southpaws in his fights that he lost is he has a hard time catching the counter. catching the counter shot that's coming back at him. So hopefully he's been working on his defense. Like on paper, you know, he's probably fought better competition than Vinicius. So the odds are definitely favoring Adrian. But I'm definitely going to roll with him. Big fan of him. Met him back in Dallas at 277 in the Champ Lounge. Hopefully he straightens the ship here after those 2 fights that he lost, gets back on the gets back in the win track or win column. My bad. I'm all over the place. But yeah, the line did move a lot. But I'm leaning on Yanez getting it done and getting back in that win column. Next one. Thamba Gorimbo versus Ramiz Brahimaj. Another interesting fight, you know. It's kind of your both guys like to grapple. Gorimbo is a little bit of a favorite here, which is interesting to me because most of Brahimaj's finishes are in the first round by sub. Did lose to Max Griffin 4 years ago and lost a decision to Court McGee a couple fights ago, but hasn't fought in a couple years. He's been injured, I think. So that's probably playing against him in the odds, which is why I think the odds are favoring Gorimbo a little bit just because of that layoff that Brahimaj has been on. But I do like him to find he's really good at finding a submission early in fights, bro. Really good. So that's I think that's what's probably going to happen. Gorimbo coming off that KO win earlier this year in February. Decision win over Sato. Lost by sub here to Fletcher. So it'll be interesting. Gorimbo has the height. He definitely has the reach. So is he going to be able to keep that distance? But here's the thing that's playing against him is being in the apex. That smaller cage is going to always favor the grappler, which is why I think if they find themselves in like clinch situations, you know, which could happen in the apex, especially the smaller octagon. We'll see. I think Brahimaj might get it done as the underdog. And his I wonder what's his sub line, but Brahimaj by sub. It's a juicy bet. It's a juicy one. Next one up. Carlston Harris versus Chaos Williams. Odds pretty close to a pick-em fight here at this point. Slightly favoring Chaos Williams. And I do think it's because he's younger, more explosive. But Harris is probably a little bit more I wouldn't say battle-tested. I'd say he's a little bit more well-rounded in mixing up his grappling and stuff like that. As you can see, takedowns, subs. This guy goes for takedowns and subs. Chaos does have a pretty decent jiu-jitsu background. I know that for sure, but he doesn't usually use it in his fights. You know, he's more of a stand and bang and brawl type of dude. Little unorthodox, a little wild with his shots. So it should be a really fun fight. I'm really looking forward to watching this one. It's tough though. It depends. It really depends. If Harris takes this to the ground at any point of the fight, I think he could find a sub and end it. But if this stays like a stand and bang brawl type of war, I'm a roll with Williams for sure. but it really depends on who's trying what, who's implementing their game plan, and we'll see. We'll see. Let me look at Harris real quick because he's had some pretty decent. Jeremiah Wells, Gooden. So he's got a couple subs under his belt. So I know the sub, he could threaten with the sub. That's the big worry here for Chaos, right? So I think, yeah, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Harris catches Chaos in like a choke or something. I would not be surprised at all. Actually, the reach is almost identical. Everything's pretty much identical, 6 years in age, but for the bigger boys, that really doesn't matter too much. Tough one. I'm going to roll with the underdog. Unless Williams catches him early, I think Harris could probably find the sub or point win this, maybe. I think. Should be a fun fight, though. Next up, the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Edson Barbosa versus Lerone Murphy. Man, oh man. Edson's been looking amazing, guys. He's been looking good. He's been getting some dubs. Yusuf and Billy Q. Obviously, when he's fighting grapplers, he doesn't do as well. But man, Edson has been looking good at his resurgence at 145, even at 38 years of age. His last few fights have been pretty solid. Does have the height and reach advantage here. Definitely the more technical striker. I think Lerone Murphy's only path to victory here is to try and get this fight on the ground, take Edson to the mat, even though he does like to strike. He does mix in some takedowns and things here, but against a guy like Edson, you're going to have to do that early. And the thing that I don't know about Lerone Murphy is how's his gas tank in, because we know Edson can go 5 rounds, no problem. He's never, had championship rounds or has been a headliner. So it'll be interesting to see how his gas tank holds up in the later rounds, if it does get there. Because both guys are tough and durable. Edson does have that lightning one shot, put your lights out, knee, kick, stuff like that. So it'll be interesting how Lerone tries to, enter and get his takedowns going without catching anything on the way in. Being the smaller octagon, will play favor in Lerone's. We'll play in Lerone's favor. Trying to get the fight to the mat. Edson does have excellent takedown defense, though, so it'll be interesting to see. It'll be an interesting fight. But if I have to back somebody, I'm backing Edson Barbosa at plus 135. I just think Lerone Murphy hasn't fought anybody nearly on the level of Edson Barbosa. I mean, we're talking about a guy who has fought the who's who of 155, like the best of the world in 155. Now he's fighting at 145, and he's had success against some good guys in that division. And I don't think Lerone Murphy has fought anybody like Edson. And with Edson having the reach and the height advantage, I think it just helps him even that much more. So I'm rolling Edson. Experience, more technical striker. I think he's going to get it done against Lerone Murphy. So that is the card for this week. Should be fun, the main card. I'm looking forward to it. A couple things I want to touch on lastly before we wrap up for the day. Don't forget, get your TFSPs in the chat. We're going to run this after we go through some of these upcoming UFC fights. So, We got Barbosa versus Murphy tonight. We got to cut a little bit of a break here, guys, till UFC 302. Is that 2 weeks off? 1 week off. So we're off Memorial Day weekend. And then we resume on June 1st for UFC 302. Makhachev versus Poirier. Holy shit. This card is looking nasty. Newark, New Jersey, I believe it's in. So we got the champ Islam taking on Dustin. We got Sean Strickland coming back after his last outing. It was a loss to, he lost the belt. Why they still got him holding the belt? It's pretty funny, right? ESPN needs to get upgraded here. They need to update my boy's picture. But Strickland versus Paulo Costa should be a banger, dude. Should be a banger. Costa's been looking pretty solid, too. I mean, his fight against Rob Whittaker was really good, bro. It was a really fun fight. Really fun fight. So that should be really fun. Holland versus Olis Shechek. Another fun fight. Both guys come to bang. Should be a fun one. Almeida versus Romanov. So Almeida making a return here versus Romanov. Should be an easy one for Almeida, but we'll see. We'll see. Romanov's a big boy, but looks like Almeida's a little bit bigger than him. Height-wise, and reach-wise. Randy Brown versus Dos Santos. Rude Boy making his return. Solid card. Solid card. Solid card. Prelims, Roman versus Almeida. Grant Dawson versus Selecki. Phil Rowe versus Jake Matthews. Nico Price versus Morono. That's a banger. Mickey Gall versus Basil Hafiz. Aylin Perez. Trey. She's back. Should be a fun fight card for sure. So that's 302. Yeah, man. June's looking nasty, bro. June is looking nasty. June is looking nasty. So June 1st, Makhachev Poirier. We got Louisville, KFC Center. Cannonier Imavov, Reyes Jacoby, Rosas versus Tercios. Baeza versus Soriano, Moises versus Ludovic Klein. And Radke versus Prates. This card, not too bad. Not too bad. Well, might have a lot to live up to after UFC 302. Twerk Queen. Yes, that's right, Trey. Then, here's that fight night that we were talking about. Alex Perez versus Tatsuro Taira. Undefeated Taira taking on Perez, huh? Big step up in competition for the young man, Tatsuro. It's going to be a tough fight for him. Perez looked really good defending takedowns against Mokaev. And then he went out and starched Nicolau. So Perez got the juice right now. And it's going to be a tough fight for Taira for sure. Should be a fun one. This fight card don't have too much on it, though. Just that fight is the only one announced. But they did juice up. Where are we at? Whittaker versus Chimaev. June 22nd, Saudi Arabia. Whittaker versus Chimaev, the main event. Insane fight right there. Gastelum versus D-Rod. Shara Bullet. He does not have Ihor pulled out of the fight because he got his ass beat. So Ihor pulled out of the fight. So now Cheryl Bullet does not have an opponent. He's looking for an opponent. Johnny Walker versus Volkan Oezdemir. That's wild. Pavlovich versus Volkov. Shit, boy. Saudi got some good fights. Main card starts with these big boys. Shit. Prelims not set. That's a sick card, though. Then we got 303. 303. The Mac is back, baby. The Mac is back. Michael Chandler takes on the Mac. I mean, tail of the tape. Connor's got height. Connor's got reach. When Connor's got height and reach, I like that. This guy is probably not going to grapple. He's not going to wrestle. You know? He should, but he's not. We got Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree on that card. That's a crazy fight. Hill's got mad height and reach over him. Should be a fun one. Bueno Silva versus Meshi Sheson. This is probably like trying to find the next contender at 135. Macy's getting a shot at number. I think Bueno Silva's number one contender. Cub Swanson versus Andre Feely. That's a fun fight, guys. That's a fun fight. Piper versus Marc Andre. Decent. Jordan versus Silva. Waterson Gomez versus Jillian Robertson. Your boy Peyton Talbot on the early prelims. Nice. Nice card. Shaping up nicely there. And then, of course, Manchester got blessed with fights this week. We got our boy Leon Edwards fighting Bilal Muhammad. Finally, the man's got his shot. Should be a fun one. Should be a fun one. Should be a fun one. But yeah, June is definitely nasty, bro. June is nasty. Insane month of UFC for sure. And I'm glad it's my birth month. Thank you, Dana, for hooking it up. Aspinall versus Blades. Shit. I can't believe Gon didn't want to fight, man. Gon didn't want to fight, according to Tommy. Tommy said that they offered him Gon first and he accepted, and then Gon didn't want to fight, so Blades took the fight. But yeah. 5 a.m. Yeah, 5 a.m. That's true. That's true. That's true. 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, they're going to be fighting in the UK for the main event. Bobby Green versus Paddy the Baddy. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Bobby might kill him, dude. Bobby might do it. Bobby might do it. Bobby might do it. Arnold Allen versus Giga. Nice. Hopefully Arnold's got his hands a little bit better. Giga's making his return. Should be fun. And Mokaev versus Manel Kape, dude. Absolute crazy main card, guys. Crazy main card. Undefeated Mokaev taking on Manel Star Boy. Hopefully Manel makes it. No bullshit like usual with him. Either, missing weight, pulling out of the fight. Hopefully he shows up. That should be a fun fight, most definitely. But yeah, UFC's got some good shit for us, guys. Coming along the way. I am excited. And with that said, final call. TFSP in the chat for the last rare that we're going to give away today. And we will call it a show. Don't forget, get your pick'ems in, strike pick'ems, my pick'ems in my Discord. Don't forget, poker is going to probably start maybe 10, 15 minutes right after we go offline here. So don't forget to register and get in the poker game. And yeah, man, should be a good fight night tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out today. Appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on the video for me. Sub if you haven't subbed already. Do we bet the house on Bilal Diddley or what? Hell yeah, bro. We're betting everything on Bilal, bro. He's hungry as hell, dude. Those guys that are hungry, those are the ones you gotta worry about, dude. Ilya, hungry as hell. Belal, hungry as hell. And he's been training with Islam and all those guys, bro. He's in camp right now. Check out his socials. He's training with the best of the best in the world, man. I'm looking forward to him stealing that strap, baby. Stealing it, taking it from Leon at home. Sorry to all my fellow Europeans. I love y'all, but when them boys square off, that's it. It's war. It's war. Yeah. So Belal's coming in dipped in Italian beef gravy with hot giardiniera, dude. And he's going to smoke Leon's ass, baby. Let's go. Oh, shit. Those St. Louis stories are great, dude. Thanks, bro. Yeah, it was fun, man. It was a fun time. It was a fun time. Those of you guys that were on the fence, y'all should have came through, man. That fight was electric. Man, it was electric in there. I posted in Discord the video of Bruce Buffer calling out Buckley as the winner of the fight, dude. Place went insane. Absolutely insane, dude. It was nuts. It's nuts. All right. Last call for them TFSPs in the chat. We're going to run this, and then we're going to call it a day, y'all. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Let's see who's going to get it. Second rear goes to of course, it's got to be Victor, 420. Can't have a giveaway unless Victor wins at least one, baby. You know that. You know that. Man always eating. He's always eating. Vic's always eating. That's my boy. Congrats, Vic. I'll send it over to you in a little bit later. But that's it. I appreciate all y'all hanging out today. Should be a really fun night of fights. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for your boy. Subscribe to the channel and get your pick'ems on. Get into poker. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.